I am a very lucky person. This is the telegram that told me that I would be admitted into the United States Naval Academy. This telegram happens to be dated May 28, 1959. It's not dated in January. It's not dated in February or March or April. It's dated in late May, only 5 short weeks before our induction. So it is very possible that I was the last person selected by the Academy for entry in 1959. I am a very lucky person. Obviously, this single event changed my entire life. Now, I've been told to specifically address my remarks to the brigade tonight, so let me start with a few things you midshipmen shouldn't do after you graduate. First, don't ever crash a plane off the bow of an aircraft carrier. Second, if you do, don't do it in January. And this is particularly true if you happen to be midway between Hawaii and Alaska, because I can assure you that the water is very cold. I am a very lucky person. I was lucky to walk away from that accident at the age of 25 and have been given many extra years since then. And now in my later years, I know that I'm lucky to be alive and eligible to receive this honor, which, as recently was said, is only given to living alumni. And with the pacemaker, a metal hip, and more than a touch of emphysema, I am very cognizant of the fact that over 150 of my deserving classmates are no longer eligible for this award. And it is a particular honor, and also a bit lucky, for me to be able to receive this award in the year 2013, since it is exactly 50 years after my own graduation. Of the 55 distinguished graduates that have previously been selected, only one other has been awarded on the anniversary of their 50th graduation. As a part of the Link in the Chain program, my class, the class of 1963, has been paired for the last 4 years with this year's great graduating class of 2013. And during that period, we have attended many events with 13, and there's more to come, including graduation in just a few short weeks. Now, you midshipmen wearing a class of 13 ring have melted within your ring the gold from 11 of my classmates and plus a miniature. Now, my class did in fact start another, what appears to be a new tradition this year. A number of my classmates have been donating their swords to members of the class of 13. There have been a number of ceremonies around the country where these swords have been turned over to this new generation of warriors for our nation. And I will tell you that if there is a member of 13 that would like my sword, I'd be very proud to pass it on. The class of 63 is a proud class, with members having won 3 Navy Crosses, an Army Cross, and there are 28 of my classmates that are named in Memorial Hall as having died in the line of duty. 13 of those died in combat in Vietnam, and we also had 2 long-term prisoners of war from Vietnam. And of course, there is much more that could be said about the class of 63. However, I can tell you that it's nice for us to know that whether it's in a ring or a sword, a piece of us in my generation will live on in this great blue chain, knowing that we've done our duty as best we could, just as we know the class of 13 will do theirs. Now, the title of this award is Distinguished Graduate, and it is, in my mind, just a bit of a misnomer, since virtually all Academy graduates do, in fact, go on to have distinguished careers of their own. And in an earlier film clip, it showed a photo of my friend, and he was not only my high school friend, but my junior high school friend, Ted Willant, and we were in our leather sweaters. And Ted's parents drove us from Huntington, New York, to Annapolis for our induction. Prior to that drive, I'd never been south or west of New Jersey. Ted and I roomed together all 4 years at the Academy, and he was an All-American lacrosse player, and he helped Navy win 3 national championships during that time. He went on to make the Navy his career, and during that career, he commanded 3 Navy ships. Unfortunately, my friend Ted passed away a few years ago, and he can't personally be here with us tonight, but his widow, Lorraine, who I've also known since high school, is with us tonight. And Ted is certainly here in more than just spirit, because somewhere out there, there's a seat with his name on it. One of you midshipmen is probably sitting in Ted's seat. But the point of this story is that this isn't a great academy because it produces a few high achievers that are lucky, like me, to win this award. It's great because it year after year produces 1,000 great individuals that go on to have their own distinguished careers, just as Ted did. Now, I've thought a lot about the 5 minutes that I've been allotted to somehow recap over 70 years of living with both its successes and its failures, and a lifetime of both happiness and sorrows, and quite frankly, I'm just not smart enough to distill an entire life into 5 minutes. But if I've had any success in my professional career, it's probably due to just 2 things. I took big professional risks by taking on very difficult tasks. And the second item is that I had the perseverance to see those tasks through to success. And you should never underestimate the need for perseverance, because you will surely get knocked down many times during your life. And it is really important to remember that the only person that can really keep you down is you. Now, I really believe that the key to life is to be able to end it believing that you were able to achieve something of value while having laughed loudly, smiled broadly, and loved deeply. And my wish for all of you is that you will accomplish all of this during your life and be lucky like me.